Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time, when we left off, for what it was worth, we became the Tatooine swoop racing champions, and it was actually worth a metric fuck ton of credits is what it was worth. We also did the little Nico side quest, so that's done. We're just leaving a trail of little finished minigames behind us as we go. We're now ready to head into the Anchorhead Cantina, so let's roll right on in. Ithorian Patron. Trapped out here, can't do anything. I wonder which planet is next. Don't care if we've got Sith rule or Republic rule. Either way, I work the mines. Jawas. Can't stand them. They never bathe, you know. Leave me, human. If you're here to stir things up, I want no part of it. Bith. Can't even actually reach him. I guess that makes sense. Junix Nard.
Huh? Who are you then? Only new people that come to Junix Nard's Cantina are long-time losers and bounty hunters. I don't have to tell you why the two don't mix well. Please keep any blaster fire to a minimum.
I want to ask about things here on Tatooine.
What, did some Zerka promoter tell you to come to this planet? I pity you if you were expecting a prosperous mining outpost. Nothing here but sand and more sand. There's a little hunting and racing, but nothing that'll make a small man rich.
I've got some questions about hunting.
You got a license there, don't you? Faz's Lodge will be open to you now. Nothing more I can tell you about hunting than his lot won't. And since you got that license from Zerka, you know they look for bounties of their own. They're the ones with credits to pay and interest to protect.
Let's go back to my first questions.
Alright then. Just keep it brief, will you? I got customers. We've already gone over this stuff with you. Couldn't you just go ask someone else? I'm not one of those listening bartenders.
Tell me about racing.
I don't deal with any of that. Mata the Hutt has a lock on everything race-related on Tatooine. You deal with him, or you don't race.
Let's go back to my first questions.
Alright then.
Anything out of the ordinary happening?
Suppose you're fishing for a reaction to the destruction of Taris. That's all anyone from off-world is talking about. Well, I'll tell you, it's about time someone kicked the Republic in the tail and got things moving. I guess the Sith are the ones that do it. Don't get me wrong, all those deaths were horrible. But war gets the money moving. Maybe they'll decide to fortify us out here.
Know about anything more local?
No,
No, you don't know, or no, you won't tell me.
just no. I don't look for trouble. You'll have to talk to people yourself if you want more than that. If you don't mind.
Let's go back to my first questions.
Alright.
Do you have anything for sale?
Zerka Corporation only worries about keeping their own stores full. I don't have much on hand.
Oh, but you got something. Bothan Chuka. Feats required weapon proficiency, melee weapons. Damage, physical 3 to 3. Critical threat, 20 to 20 times 2. On hit, stun 25% chance, 6 seconds, DC 10. Attack modifier plus 2. A very effective device used by Bothan Elite. Some systems consider simple possession of one as grounds for execution as a spy. High-density discharge cells make this item unwieldy and unusable in the offhand. Craft Bloodblade. Feats required, weapon proficiency, melee weapons. Damage, physical 2 to 11, critical threat 19 to 20 times 2. Balanced, plus 2 plus 0 versus 2 weapon penalty if used in the offhand. Attack modifier plus 1. Twisted by the dark side, this craft weapon is as deadly as a modern vibroblade. It was meant for assassination, and a cortosis weave that prevents lightsaber sparring damage ensured that even Jedi must respect it. Bothan Quick Draw. Feats required, weapon proficiency, blaster pistol, damage energy 2 to 5, range 23 meters, critical threat 19 to 20 times 2. On hit, stun 25% chance, 6 seconds, DC 10. Balanced, plus 2 plus 0 versus 2 weapon penalty if used in the offhand, attack modifier plus 1. An unconscious opponent is a quiet opponent. This weapon is a Bothan favorite designed to create opportunities. Mandalorian Blaster. Feats required: weapon proficiency, blaster, pistol, damage, energy 2 to 7, range 23 meters, critical threat 20 to 20 times 2, balance +2/+0 versus 2 weapon penalty if used in the offhand, attack modifier +1. The Mandalorian blaster is a slightly more powerful version of the basic pistol common throughout the galaxy. Sonic pistol. Feats required: weapon proficiency, blaster pistol, damage Sonic 1 to 4, range 17 meters, critical threat 20 to 20 times 2. On hit, attribute damage, dexterity, DC 14, balance +2/+0 versus 2 weapon penalty if used in the offhand. Sometimes referred to as squealers, these weapons deliver a high-frequency jolt to the senses that can damage and potentially disorient an opponent. Stabilizer gauntlets. We've seen that. Advanced stealth unit. Skills stealth +4. Costly to produce, this unit refines the stealth mode field to better camouflage the user. Opponents must make an awareness check versus user stealth skill +4 or remain unaware of them. The user must have paid points into the stealth skill to use stealth mode. Combat disrupts the field, but mundane tasks do not. Seen Gizka Poison, and he's got Pazaak cards. I don't care to spend money on them. Hair Trigger, seen those as well. Alright, well that's it for Junix. Jawa server. Why would you bother we of Jawa under ISIS? Yours do not care for ours. Do you miss we that are taken? No. We that are taken? Are some of your people missing? Is this interest? Not from your kind, though ISIS thinks otherwise. Speak to him if you are acting and pretending. Jawas are tired of giant speak. Might as well slave to the Gaffy. So you trade, but what is that if no help is given? Back, but nothing changes, and ours are still lost. Isis starts to know you will not help and fades his hopes. Isis, is that your leader? Where is he? Isis stands at the walls that hold out the sand. They listen poorly there, too. Your kind hide behind bad ears. Please, could you try to speak more clearly?
It's not that hard to understand if you listen. It's just odd.
The voices of Jawa under Isis are not flawed. The ears of your kin are poor while we speak plain of our missing. Of your missing? Have some of your people gone missing? Alright. Zerka Merchant Officer.
Go to the Zerka offices if you want a job. I'm off duty. Go to the Zerka offices if you want...
Something you want.
Zerka Officer.
Go talk to the office if you want to complain about conditions here. I don't want to hear it, you swoop racers. Do you even know what it takes to run an outpost like this? As long as there's flat ground, what do you care?
I wanted to ask a few questions if you have the time.
I don't really have any interest in helping you. Will this be quick?
You're not much of a spokesman for Zerka Corporation.
Like I said before, I don't much care what you think. I'll be on the street if business keeps dropping, and it will.
Let's go back to my first questions.
Alright then, make it quick.
I'm looking for something. Who knows this planet best?
Nobody we've brought, that's for sure. Our expert said this rock was supposed to have mining potential to last for years. Nothing but garbage ore, good for nothing. You ever try to sell someone garbage? My name's Mud in 3 systems now.
Alright. I have to leave. Goodbye.
Good. I have a lack of business to attend to.
Gandalf.
Well now, what can Gandalf do for you? It's been a while since I've had anyone bother talking to me. I saw you down near the track, didn't I? Or was that someone else? I've been distracted by what happened in Paris.
I was at Modest, yes. Can I ask a question or two?
Sure, not a problem. Might as well try to pass along some of what I know. The racing days are pretty much done.
I want to ask about you and racing.
Ah, something I know. Well, something I used to know. My racing days are behind me. Gandalf is the name.
Is this the best place for racing?
Best place to race is wherever the track treats you sweet and your times are golden. It's that simple. You get hung up on any one track and he'll end up like me. My favorite stop was Taris. Always look forward to going back. Now, I don't want to touch my bike at all. Maybe I wasn't in the winner's circle lately, but I still race for sport, you know?
What made Taris any different than here?
A woman? I never won on Taris, but it was always my first stop on the circuit, and last if I could help it. That doesn't matter. I can't ask for more certain closure than the whole planet being gone. Poof, boom, gone.
How long did you race?
Oh, well, past my prime by any measure. I started late, too. Not like the kids out there now. Some of them are too young.
Why do you think that?
It's a cutthroat business. I've seen some of them burn out after a year. They get dangerous and don't live long. That's not everyone, of course, but it happens. I'm a has-been, I'll admit, but dying while you're on top is still dying. I'll pass.
What can you tell me about the other racers?
I don't really talk to any of them. I know Zara's from the circuit, and we couldn't ask for a tougher lady. She's smart, too. I don't know the younger guys, but I've been watching Nico. Good to see someone doing it for the love of the race.
What makes him any different than the others?
I don't know, but some people just have something that lets the bike take them. It's like the air stops pushing back. I think you know what I mean. When the wind decides to stop fighting, you felt it. I can tell by your times.
Let's go back to my first questions.
All right, then.
I'm looking for something. Who knows this planet best?
Ask me again in a few years, and it'll be me. I'm probably not going back out on this circuit. There is one. But for now, I don't know any more than the next guy. Well, you should try the locals. Jawas, maybe. Funny little guy.
I have to leave. Goodbye.
Keep safe. Yep. Seems like tough times are coming.
Alright, that's Bastila's mother, Helena. Jawa server. Better here than with people of sand. You were not here first, yet Jawas serve. Move to the sides, out of serving way. Alright, I know that Furco Nellis is a Pazaak player. Yep, that's right, it's time for that again. Yawn.
Well, fresh face for the game. I wonder, would you care to play? My name is Furco Nellis. My vice is Pazaak.
I want to ask you some questions.
I'm sure you do, but I won't have answers. I leave other people to their business, and they leave me to mine. Really, you'll have to seek information elsewhere, but if you want some recreation, I've cards ready to play.
You must have an opinion about what happened on Taris.
Must I? An opinion would draw attention to myself. The Sith have shown what happens to things that draw their attention.
Alright, we only have to beat him 3 times, thankfully. I'll be going now.
All right, but remember that there isn't much fun on Tatooine that isn't life-threatening. Come back if you like a game.
Alright.
Hello again. Could I tempt you into a game? There's very little else to do that won't potentially leave you dead.
Okay, let's talk Pazaak.
Very good. Would you care to wager on a game?
I'll play. What is the wager?
Well, since you have never beaten me, we'll make this for a paltry 50 credits. No bargaining now. This is serious. To be fair, I'll use my practice deck as well. I don't want to scare you off, you understand.
Let's go.
Haha, very good. Now, don't worry if I beat you too harshly. It is a learning experience.
Alright. Oh, I have some better cards that I wasn't paying attention to. I definitely want my... I want all my plus or minuses. There we go. Yeah, that's way better. I wasn't paying attention. Damn. See, that's where having to go first is such a huge disadvantage. It's alright. Oh boy. Nice. I got really, really lucky there. Hey, there we go.
Would you like to have another round of Pazaak? I mean, I don't want to say that it was beginner's luck, but you should play again to truly get a feel for the game.
I'll be going now.
All right.
Alright, 50 credits, and I've got my better side deck queued up.
Hello again. Would you like to have another round of Pazaak? I'd like to try and win back my money. I mean, I don't want to say that it was beginner's luck, but you should play again to truly get a feel for the game.
I'll play. What is the wager?
You have some rudimentary skills. I think I'll use my second best deck this time and up the stakes. 200 credits will be the wager. I trust you will have the money on hand.
You're on. Let's have at it.
You won't be so eager in a moment, I promise you.
Oh boy. I hate being out of minuses. Excellent.
Would you like to have another round of Pazaak? That's only fair, after all. You have won against me twice. But I still think I can teach you a thing or two.
I'll be going now.
All right.
One more. No, not Gandalf.
I heard about you setting the track record. Wish I'd seen it. it just would have made me want to be out there myself. Keep safe.
Come on.
Hello again. Would you like to have another round of Pazaak? That's only fair.
I'll play. What is the wager?
You have proven quite the opponent, but I think the time has come to end this. You will not win again. I usually only use this deck at tournaments, but I think you're worthy of it. Shall we say 500 credits on the outcome?
Bring it on.
Yes, well then, 500 credits on the line. Here we go.
Damn it. Oh, for fuck's sake. You piece of shit. Fine.
Would you like to have another? You did have two All right.
I mean, I guess you always know that eventually...
Hello again. That's all. Are you?
I hate Pazaak. Mostly because, you know, I've said it over and over again, but having to go first every single hand is such a gigantic disadvantage. Like, it's ridiculous is what it is. It's a terrible design decision. Well, I stood on an 18. You ridiculous. Did you see that? Ridiculous bullshit. The game engineered it to play out that way. Great. Stand on the 19. Oh, good.
Would you like to have another round of Pazaak? However, you'll understand if we don't have any wagers. I respect your ability too much to insult you by betting on you losing.
Nice. Right. Goodbye.
Stop by any time. I'd like to visit my money.
Alright, and finally we can wrap up the cantina by talking to Helena, Bastila's mother.
Yeah? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother. But don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way?
My mother is long dead, if you must know.
Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for great dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a great dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Don't be insulting. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me.
Don't you want to find your father's remains, Bastila?
What remains would there be? Great dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human, and the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron, an ignoble end to a fine man.
What about your mother's sickness?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Entourage. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
Journal entry added. Bastila's mother. Bastila agreed to consider her mother's request to locate her father's body and recover his holocron. It should be out in the Tatooine desert, likely near wherever crate dragons exist. Though Bastila did not promise that she would give her father's holocron to her mother, even if she did find it. Alright, that's it for the Cantina. I think we've got one more... What the fuck? That was weird. I think we got one more, stop in Anchorhead before we can head out elsewhere. Zerka Trade Officer. Can't get any buyers for Tatooine or anywhere. Word is getting out. See the office if you're looking for work. I don't hand out shovels. I haven't time to talk to you. Zerka business takes precedence. If I were smart, I'd use these business junkets to just keep going. Get off this rock for good. I've work to do. Why don't you go drown yourself in the cantina like the other diggers? Leave me, citizen. I've business to attend to. Alright.
You never know what the Sith will do. Look at Terrace. Was there any reason for what happened there? You never know what the Sith will do. Look at Terrace.
Not sure about these guys arguing about the droid over here.
I heard a rumor that the Vulcars captured you without much of a struggle. It must be embarrassing to be bested by a handful of street thugs.
There were extenuating circumstances, and I can assure you, it took far more than a handful of Vulcars to subdue me.
Okay, let's not get into this.
Whatever you say. All I know is that if we had more Jedi like Bastila fighting against us in the Mandalorian Wars, my side might not have lost.
Bold talk from a broken-down mercenary who is serving at Davik's heel. I'd call you his pet cat-hound. But they have enough loyalty not to turn on their masters.
Insults? Maybe if your master had trained your lightsaber to be as quick as your tongue, you could have escaped those Vulcars, you spoiled little Jedi princess.
I was not spoiled. I was given the same training as everyone else in the Order. You are nothing but... No, I must not do this. There is no emotion. There is peace.
That's the problem with you Jedi. Always chanting about peace and control. Never up for a good fight. Well, except for Revan, I guess.
Enough, Mandalorian. I won't rise to your bait anymore. The game is over. Let us continue on with what we were doing.
That was fun. These guys... Okay, no, they're not an
You never know what the Sith
actual
will do.
encounter. More rabble with every landing. Go farm the dunes, shiprat. I'll be glad when we close up operations here. Utility droid. That just leaves like one more pair of dudes to talk to. And then we can do the droid shop in the next episode. I just want to check on these guys. Never thought I'd see moisture farming as a better living than mining.
If you were looking for your fortune, you picked the wrong planet. The Zerka Corporation will unload this outpost on someone.
Alright, almost done. Droid shop. We are going to do that and meet... He's not great to actually use in combat, but one of the greatest characters in Star Wars history, as far as I'm concerned, in the next installment of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Until then, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to discuss this or any of my other content, the best place to do so is my Discord server. That link is in the video description. And if you care to support me or the channel, the best way, apart, of course, from liking and subscribing, is through my Patreon page. That link is also in the video description. Patreon supporters get to nominate and vote for the games they would like to see played on the channel. KOTOR itself is one such game. When a game is chosen, I play it through all the way to the end, and then I have my supporters choose another. Pretty straightforward process, you can get involved if you like. Regardless, I really do appreciate you watching. I am grateful for your time and attention. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.